Okay, so we're back. Everyone's struggling with today being a tough Monday to be back. But one thing we all probably did besides consume too much food is probably consume too much content.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's hard not to on a holiday like that, which I love.
A lot of holiday movies dropping.
What's interesting when you think about streaming, and I do this, and I'm not sure if this deal, I think it's still live today on Cyber Monday. Hulu has an amazing deal. I believe it's 99 cents a month, and I've been doing this for 10 years now, 8 to 10 years, and I use a different email address every time and just keep getting the deal. So 99 cents a month. This is the best deal.
Barnes hack.
It's a total Barnes hack, which they advertise it full on Black Friday every year. So
I forgot you did that.
it's the best ever. Yes. What do you think? You know, they did the number of searches for the 60 most popular streaming services out there. If you add the word free to it, that'll tell you what's, the popularity contest. It's kind of interesting how many searches there are and for which networks and which ones aren't getting as much. So did that make sense? If you search like Apple TV free, like people are trying to find a deal. So Apple TV is the lowest with only 36,000 searches. Paramount plus 9, Disney plus 8, ESPN plus 7, Fubo TV 6, Stars 5, HBO Max 4, which isn't around anymore, right? I mean, isn't that gone? They rolled it into Max.
I think they rolled it in, and so is number one Netflix?
Netflix is number 3, 232,000, but look at the difference. Apple was 36,000. Netflix, 232,000. Number 2, Peacock, 294,000. Number 1, what do you think? I haven't said
What's
it.
left?
Hulu.
Oh, interesting.
351,595 monthly searches.
I'm kind of surprised.
They are killing it. But what'd you watch? Give me something good you watched before we get into our official picks.
Well, I was on the lowest, Apple TV.
Watching what?
Bad Sisters, Season 2. That's the one with Eve Hewson.
Oh, yeah, I love her.
Bono's daughter. Listen, Season 2 just is great.
Did you binge the whole thing? Because you're a total binger.
No, they only do one a week.
Oh.
I'm a binger. I don't like that.
I like to wait like a month before.
No, I'm done.
I got into one. The writing is so good, and you're going to be surprised probably when I tell you what this is, and I wonder if you've watched it. The writing is so good. The acting is so good. The casting is so good. The cinematography, everything about it. Nobody wants this. Kristen Bell and Adam Brody.
Okay, it's on the list, but I was on the fence.
So fun. And Lanny, it's a good couples thing to watch.
Okay, it's good to know.
It's not dirty. I'm not going to hold that against them. But there's Kristen Bell. I never was really that much of a fan. Like, she's just, for me, I
like Adam Brody.
Love Adam Brody. Man, the show Startup that he did, I was a freaking huge fan of that. But the episodes are like 30 minutes-ish. And every single casting decision they made was complete perfection. Did
you blow through it?
I've got maybe 2 or 3 left. I think there's only maybe 10.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, they've got to bring that back. But anyway.
And they are.
Are they? I'm in. That was such a fun watch. But here we go. We found 5 good ones. Here are our official picks for streamers for December.
Well, let's talk about Black Doves. Netflix, Keira Knightley. Haven't seen her in a while. Stars in this British spy thriller. Of course, it's a British thing, right? Anyway, she plays Helen, who begins a passionate affair that may endanger her secret identity. When her lover is murdered, her employees send an old friend to protect her. Black Doves hits Netflix December 5th.
She's been feeding us government secrets for 10 years now. This morning, a man was killed on the South Bank. You might have compromised yourself. And now it's time to go to work.
Hello, darling.
The shotgun?
Yes, it's all I had on me.
Will you promise me that you will keep my family safe so that I can find out who killed him and why? And I can take my revenge. I left something up there.
There's a saying about returning to the scene of a crime. Is it a good thing to do or not?
Oh, that was very profound. Thank you.
Looks good.
I've never been a big Keira Knightley fan, but that does look good.
Yeah, Black Doves on Netflix.
So here's one that I found, and this was a tough month because there's so much good stuff. This one's called Laid, and this is a very morbid romantic comedy. Follows Ruby, played by Stephanie Hsu, who discovers all of her ex-boyfriends are dying. And Laid lands on Peacock in a couple of weeks on December 19th.
33 years old, on the phone with a Lyft driver at 2 a.m., trying to figure out if I'm standing on the northeast corner.
Don't take this the wrong way, but your choosiness suggests a much prettier woman.
What the? My exes are dying. What the? 3 of your ex-boyfriends died. Sure, a few of my exes are dead. That's 6. I think I have to warn them. I do too. Roll on some deodorant and we'll head out. I will solve this. I know every girl now is obsessed with murder, but I started the trend. Are you wearing contour? I'm about to see all my exes to tell them they're dying. I don't think me looking like will soften the blow.
I think it looks funny and points for using James in it also.
I was getting ready to say,
Yeah.
you used the James song. Good for you.
So Laid, December 19th on Peacock.
Have you heard about No Good Deed? December 12th on Netflix. Produced by Will Ferrell. Ray Romano and Lisa Kudrow star as homeowners trying to unload their house on unsuspecting buyers. Linda Cardellini, Luke Wilson, and Dennis Leary all appear. No Good Deed premiering on Netflix December 12th.
Good morning, house hunties.
Wow. Look at Margot. She looks like an AI-generated bitch.
But do you like Margot? Because I can't tell. They look like a nice couple.
Just make sure we find the right buyers.
We have to get out of here before we both lose our minds.
It's where you get to meet the sellers. You know all the secrets.
Seeing people find out what really happened in that house.
You think you can scare me, Mikey? Put the knife down.
I'm just gesturing,
I know,
okay?
but you're all hyped up, so put the knife.
Well, I'm not going to kill you.
So put it down.
What the is up with L.A.? Okay, Denise.
Oh my God, are you okay? I'm fine. Oh, maybe we could go into your house and get some ice?
No.
I mean, I'm always sus of these favor flicks, which means Will Ferrell's calling in all his friends. Like those,
Oh, that's what that's called. Is it a comedy? I can't really tell.
Yeah, seems like I saw
Good
the trailer.
cast.
I just am always weary, like that leery, not weary, but the Pop-Tart thing, Seinfeld,
Yes.
you call all your friends in.
You're like, okay, what is this about? Here's another one, though. It's called The Sticky on Amazon Prime, December the 6th. Now, The Sticky follows Ruth Landry, played by Margot Martindale. Barnes, she's a maple syrup farmer who turns to crime when she's forced into bankruptcy.
I saw a different Sticky. I thought you were...
This is a different one. Ruth teams up with a Boston mobster to plot a $1 million maple syrup heist. The series also features Jamie Lee Curtis, again premiering on Amazon Prime, December 6th.
Get your hands off my trees. You're spilling my money.
Your farm's been shut down.
If I don't get every drop out of my trees, I'll go broke.
The association is getting your syrup eaten away. But what if we rob the association?
They're gonna have security teams, cameras.
There are no cameras and only one security guard.
The association thinks we're nothing. They think we're invisible.
Hit the road, Meatloaf.
Well, who better than the invisible man to steal millions of dollars of syrup right out from under their noses?
We rob them blind.
Partner?
Partner.
Open the door, Mike. I am freezing my balls off.
I love a good heist.
I mean, how did they get that one across?
Jamie Lee Curtis is back.
About a syrup
I love
heist.
it.
Okay, last one. Girls Gone Wild. This looks good. The Untold Story. This is a 3-parter. Docuseries dives into the multi-million-dollar empire of Girls Gone Wild, produced, of course, by Joe Francis. This dude's from Atlanta, by the way. I think he left in his early years, but he was born here. The series highlights the controversies, including allegedly crossing ethical and legal lines by exploiting minors. Girls Gone Wild, The Untold Story, features an extensive interview with Joe Francis, and you can catch it on Peacock.
It was so shocking.
It blew my mind what Joe Francis was able to convince these young girls to do.
Joe Francis was everywhere.
He's hanging out with famous people. In the first 2 years, Girls Gone Wild made $20 million.
Girls were already pulling their tops off and flashing the jet as we were pulling in.
I never thought that would come back and haunt me for 20 years.
I was too young to be taped.
I first realized that these girls were minors when I got arrested. Joe was out of control.
He's been a fugitive for a decade now.
Do you feel bad for the girls?
Did you imagine that one day you'd be sitting in a chair to talk about Girls Gone Wild?
I figured at some point I get a knock on the door.
They made so much money. Girls Gone Wild, The Untold Story. You can see it on Peacock. And there you go, our streaming picks for December. This is the original. It is 99X.